Hi, so today I'm going to show you how you would use the ultrasonic cavitation handheld device at home to rejuvenate the neck area, because these machines are delivered with a manual and the explanation is very basic. The explanation is not sufficient enough. Instances that causes us to have a need to rejuvenate the neck area when you've got signs of aging showing on the neck. So you develop fine lines, wrinkles, when the lines that most people are born with naturally starts deepening due to age or gaining weight or losing weight, or even the skin losing its elasticity and laxity. And so once the skin starts sagging or starts showing signs of sagging, all these tends to show a bit more and it makes the skin lose its youthful look. So the ultrasonic cavitation machine has got a variety of uses, and I'm going to be focusing on using the ultrasonic mode on this machine to work on my neck. I do have a separate video where I break down how to use the various functions of this handheld device, but I'm focusing solely on using it on the neck, how you would go about using it on the neck. Part of this is filmed on my Instagram live, so I would show you the video as I was working on my neck, the movements that I use. So how you would put this on is always by first putting on the power button, the infrared, and then the ultrasonic. The ultrasonic function is what breaks down fat and also stimulates the body's own metabolism to break down the fat, and the body would work out its own way of eliminating the fat out of your system. It's always advisable to make sure that you do drink loads of water, both before you do the treatment on any part of your body, and right afterwards you carry on drinking loads of water throughout the day. This helps the body with the breaking down process and also eliminating the fat that it breaks down. The infrared works on rejuvenating the skin, and so the infrared penetrates through the various layers of the skin, works on the skin to revive the skin and to help the skin stimulate more collagen production and also elastane and the various hormones. Now, with regards to aging signs on the neck, there's a variety of treatments that you can possibly invest in. Mind you, this is a home use device, so you can only use this machine to maintain your skin. It's not going to give you the same results that a professional treatment would give you. So if your neck, the skin on your neck is much more creppier and it needs a more advanced treatment, then I'll suggest that you look into PDO thread lift, for instance. You can also have filler injected in the wrinkles in the neck to plump them up a little bit more so that they're not so visible. You can also have a neck lift, which is a surgical procedure. And you can also have a fibroblast treatment on the neck area, which is going to rejuvenate any wrinkles and plump up the skin, because these treatments all causes the skin to produce collagen naturally. You can also actually have mesotherapy done around the area. So these are the more complex or the more professional treatments that you can invest in. And then if you've got a device at home, you can use the device to continue maintaining the skin. So with the machine, you can use it anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week. However, you would have to space it out a minimum of 24 hours. So do not use it AM and PM of the same day. It's really best to separate it out. Give the skin and the body a chance to heal itself once it's been stimulated, to go through the motions of eliminating any fat that has been broken down before you go back in to use the machine. So if you are impatient and you want to see your results as soon as possible, then trying to use the machine too regularly will not give results that you want, because you're not giving your body a chance to respond. And the way the human body is designed is to experience trauma and then go through the healing process. So when you use it, give yourself a minimum of 24 hours so that your body goes through the various paces, and then do the process again. So I'm going to put on the video whilst I was doing my neck on Instagram so that you can see the movements Just before I do that, I'm going to quickly explain that I usually count the number of movements, and my movements are always towards the lymph nodes, because the lymph nodes are placed around this part of the neck and right here underneath the bottom of the chin. So if you're solely working on the neck, then you concentrate on moving towards the lymph nodes so that your lymph fluids get sent into the lymph drains naturally, and any fat you burn would just integrate into the body naturally. And one important thing I have to point out, whenever you're kneading or massaging or doing any moving techniques on your skin, always work towards upwards rather than downwards. Because of gravity, the skin naturally sags on its own. So whenever you're doing any aggressive movements on your skin, it's always best to actually work in an anti-clockwise motion, where you're not helping gravity, but you're rather working against gravity. So my movements are simple. If you've got a long neck, you may have to place the device at 2 points of your neck. If your neck is short, then you can only do one movement. So my movements are like this: towards the lymph nodes each time, towards the lymph nodes each time, and then I'll do the middle like this. And what we're working on is trying to break down any fat pockets on the neck area, and we're also trying to rejuvenate the skin on the neck area to make it much younger and plumpier and more elasticated as well. So watch the video.
So here it's worth mentioning that you will need a lot of gel to get consistent glide, and over the course of gliding your ultrasonic cavitation device on your skin, the gel tends to dry up, and this leads to the dried up gel rolling on the skin. So you may be able to see the tiny white flecks on my skin. Without gel, your device will not roll on the skin the right way. So it's essential to make sure that you keep reapplying gel.
Just to recap how you would use this machine, this is the power machine that you always need to press on. Unfortunately, most of these machines come with a power cord rather than battery operated. I always prefer machines that are battery operated because it means that you can move about. You've got flexibility to move about, but these always come with a power cord, so you're restricted to remain in the same position. You put your power button on, and you will need to use the infrared button on this because we rely on the infrared light to rejuvenate the skin. The infrared is what is going to penetrate through the layers of the skin and rejuvenate the skin. So you always need to use the ultrasonic function on the machine together with the infrared. You also need to press your ultrasonic button on here. Once this goes on, you can hear a buzzing sound. I usually prefer to leave it on for a good 3 to 5 minutes because it tends to start warming up, and that's when the machine is ready to be used. So I'll put it on, set it aside, and then get everything else I'm going to be needing for the treatment. And with everything I'm going to be needing, this would include using a gel for glide. Some people recommend using oil. I prefer using an ultrasonic gel rather than an oil. And then once I'm done with the treatment, I would cleanse the area, and then I would apply any serums or oils that I want to use directly on my skin. Because mind you, this is an electronic device. It's powered by electricity, and so I don't want to use any substance that can cause any electrocution. With regards to gels that you can use, I am using this cheap one from Amazon most of the time. Otherwise, I would also use hyaluronic acid from ITEC list or the ordinary. The hyaluronic acids from ITEC or the ordinary tends to have other ingredients in them, and so these ingredients would penetrate the skin and would work on the skin to rejuvenate and smoothen the skin also. So when I'm using the cavitation machine on my face, I like to use products from either ITEC or the ordinary. Whereas when I'm working on my neck, my thighs, or my stomach, I prefer to use the gel. Right, guys, so that was really what I do. Because I was talking to people, I probably went on a bit longer than necessary. So just to recap the movements for you, it's working towards the lymph nodes, and because there's enough room on my neck to place the device in two places, it's the bottom of my neck and then the top, always working towards the lymph nodes to give my lymph fluids a chance to drain into the lymph drain channel. If you're not familiar with lymph drains, lymph nodes, do let me know. I'm happy to do a video explaining what those are. So again, on the same on the other side, working towards the lymph nodes in an upward movement, same at the top part of the same side of the neck, and then in the middle. If I were to be working on my belly, the movement would be different. So watch out for a video where I'm showing how you use the handheld ultrasonic cavitation machine on the belly area, where there are certain points where I would be working towards the inguinals, because the base of the belly towards where your hip bone connects to your pelvis, your inguinals are there, and you've got lymph nodes there. So you'll be working downwards, but with the neck face area, my lymph nodes are around here, so hence I'm working in this direction. Right, thank you for joining me this time. Join me again when I would find another device I've got at home that gives great skincare results, and I will explain to you how you can use that. If not, I may be talking about maintaining my sister locks, which is a fairly new journey for me. I always have relied on other people to tell me what to do with my hair. Thanks to lockdown 2020, I'm having to maintain my own hair. It's a fabulous journey. It's an adventure, because I am coming from a clean slate, don't know much about hair other than playing with my sister's hair when I was growing up. So catch me on another video talking about either hair or skincare. All right, guys. Bye.
Please always remember to clean your device after each use. You would have dried up gel or whatever product you used on the head of your device. So wipe with a clean wipe and make sure you dry it before you store it away. This is quite essential, especially if you're sharing it with your siblings or maybe your partner as well.